I'm committed, which means this means absolutely everything to me. And I'm not going to whine and complain because I'm not successful in 6 months or a year. I'm going to keep going. And as long as I improve and I progress, even if it's in a small way, well, I'm progressing. So I'm one step closer towards my goal. What's going on, guys? So it is currently around 6 p.m. here in the UK. I've had a big day, projects, filming, you name it. It's been a very productive day and I've got a lot of things done. And I was thinking about various different things. There's just some new content that I wanted to put out that I've observed and that has helped me, and I think that people are in either the wrong frame of mind or good frame of mind that helps them not just in trading but in all areas of life. So I thought it would be great to do another do's and don'ts episode. Got loads of great feedback from that. So in this episode I'm going to be covering one do and one don't that I personally feel that will be tremendously valuable, that you either might be doing right now, you're not even aware of, that could either prompt you to get you into gear or just highlight something that you didn't even think about in the first place. So let's get into the episode. So let's start off with a don't. Don't be a spectator. What do I mean by that? Well, we're going to be talking about this because this is so important. I've seen this so many times in this industry. There's two parts to it. Part one, which is don't be a spectator where you're always looking from the outside in. You've got thoughts, you've got opinions, while other people are putting their neck on the line and they're pushing themselves, investing in themselves, time and energy to make it happen. And you're always looking from the outside, always got an opinion, but yet you won't even commit yourself to doing anything in the first place. Now, the other side of the coin is part two, which is don't be a spectator while you're in. So you get these people where they start off learning how to trade, they start getting involved, they might open a demo account, or they've got a couple $100 they chuck in an account, and they really just coast on by, they're just spectating, and they kind of spectate from within. So they're in, but they're not fully in, they're not fully committed to go all in, and they're just watching other people in the same industry that they're in, right in front of their nose, just go up and up and up and up and be successful. I've seen it, I've experienced it. I've seen so many people do that. And they often think that, oh, why not me? Why me? How comes that person's funded? How comes she's become successful? How comes he's now trading 7 figures? Why has that happened? Yet they're spectating from within. So it's almost delusion where they feel good because they're involved. Technically, you know, they've invested some of their education. They've got technically a trading account. They might have a TradingView subscription where they're actually investing a little bit. So they're doing some of the right things, but mentally, they're just kind of looking, they're just spectating, watching other people grind, put in the work, and then level up, but not themselves. Be someone that participates. That's really the mental shift I want you to take from this. Participation versus actually being a spectator is very different. You're a spectator, you're either looking from the outside in or you're involved, but you're kind of not fully committed. Being a participator is that I take part, I get involved. There's a different mental shift that you're going to have in your head. Why, may you ask? Well, just ask yourself that right now. What are you participating in exactly? Or are you just watching? If you're just watching, again, it's another version of coasting. You're just taking in information, but you're not taking action. Participate, get involved. The people that are participating, they're putting their neck on the line, they're investing in themselves, they're taking losses, they're getting feedback from that, they're failing forward, they're coming back stronger, and then on the other side, they become more successful. So don't be afraid to fully participate. If you're in, go in fully is the point that I'm making. Don't just be this person where you're a quarter in or even half in. You're not going to get the results you want. You have to go all in. It has to be a priority, it has to be your lifestyle. You have to develop so many other areas of yourself in order for you to be a successful trader. You cannot afford to neglect and just spectate your way through. You have to participate, and that means getting your hands dirty, getting involved in all of it. So don't be a spectator, be a participator. So just quickly, guys, if you're enjoying the content that we put out on the channel, make sure that you stay in the loop by commenting, subscribing to the channel, turn the notifications bell on so you're always in the loop of the content that we're pushing out on a regular basis. We appreciate the support, and make sure you utilize the resources that we put out. So check all the links in the description. They will help you out massively on your trading journey. Right, now back to the video. Now let me talk to you about what you do need to do, which is value experience. This is something that most people won't tell you because it's the very thing that you can't instantly get. It can't be sold to you, it takes time, and it's different for everyone. But I can assure you this, someone who is flirting with the idea, let's say has a demo account and they're just kind of coasting on by, bringing it back to the spectating and not really getting involved, they can do that for a couple of years. And yes, they've got experience, but what type of experience? Because remember, it's not just about the experience you have, it's the quality of your experience. You could be someone who has traded for 10 years, but have you traded for 10 years? Or have you just kind of dabbled for 10 years? Because then again, you're not a specialist, you've not really progressed, you've coasted on by. So it's about the quality of the experience that you get. Demo account, relaxing, chilling, not really fully putting their all in, versus someone who has committed a certain amount of capital that they can afford in that period of time. They're taking losses emotionally, they've got their emotional responses triggered, so they're taking it more serious, they're failing forward, they're coming back stronger. That experience is very different towards someone who just coasts on by. So you've got to understand there's types of experience. So you want to make sure the things that you're doing, is it actually putting your neck on the line? I'll give you an example. My own experience, what did I do? 18 years old, 5K. Pretty much all of my savings at that point, bar, I'm talking a few £100s. I wasn't born into wealth. This is everything I earned as an engineer, I put into the stocks course. It's that simple. So what I've done is that triggered a response in my head as to, this is happening. I don't know what time or what date it's going to happen, but I've committed, I'm fully in. See, there's a difference there as to what experience I was going to get from my action and what I'd done there. The biggest action you can put is your money, right? Because that's the very thing that you want to hold on to. You want to be rich, but you're not willing to commit, not willing to invest, not willing to do these things where you could walk away with nothing. Well, the people that coast on by and they do everything safe, they don't become successful. So you have to understand that what type of experience are you setting yourself up for? I'm not saying that you have to go and drop 5K straight away, but what you have to do is be willing to commit. You have to be willing to invest a decent portion of your income in you improving. Value experience, but value experience in the right way. Don't just be someone who just is involved in the industry and you feel good because, well, I'm in this space, but you can't do nothing about it. There needs to be a clear plan. This is why at Falcon we're always planning quarter by quarter. People in the community, people that are in my circle, in my space, they know quarter by quarter what the focus is, what the game plan is, what they're doing, what they're not doing, and where their time needs to be spent. So their experience that they get by doing that sets them up to win, because mentally they've got such solid foundations that helps them, that they know that once they've got 6 figures, 7 figures, and they're scaling up, or even just in the high 6 figures, they're mentally equipped, they're prepared, they're organized, they're structured, they're sustainable, they've got their processes in place, their routines from the morning to the evening. Everything is dialed in, while at the same time they're working on improving their mindset, tweaking their technicals, and just getting better every single day. I would argue someone getting the experience at Falcon in a whole year or 2 years would be greatly better than someone that's got 10 to 12 years of just coasting by themselves trying to figure it out. Yeah, of course you could get some level of success, etc. But what bad habits are you building? And what's the cost of you building those bad habits later down the line? Because you've got such poor habits from just not learning in the right way. Your neural pathways not firing in a way that actually helps you win. So emotionally, you've not done the inner work. You're not structured, you're not organized. So how are you going to perform? How are you going to achieve that peak performance that you need to do once your technicals are in place, when you've got such bad habits in the first place? So I see it, it's so clear. What we need to start doing in this industry is value experience, but experience in the right way. Do not be afraid to fully commit. The universe has a funny way of just moving out of your way once you go all in. And if it hasn't done that yet, you have to ask yourself, can you honestly say you're an individual that's gone all in? Or are you just really interested? There's a big difference between people that are really interested in wanting to learn to trade versus people, I'm committed, which means this means absolutely everything to me, and I'm not going to whine and complain because I'm not successful in 6 months or a year. I'm going to keep going, and as long as I improve and I progress, even if it's in a small way, well, I'm progressing, so I'm one step closer towards my goal. I'm telling you guys and girls, that mentality is what is going to keep you successful. Thank you all for tuning in to this episode of Do's and Don'ts, something for you to all think about. I hope it triggers something in you in a positive way. I hope it prompts something for you to take this serious. You cannot be a successful spectator, it just doesn't exist. Be a participator. Value experience, let's make it happen.